Declare our right on this earth to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to being given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary. I can't think of a better quote that better encapsulates the energy of today's card. And if you were born today, March 23rd, or any of the dates listed above, then that makes you the King of Clubs. Now, this card is honestly one of my favorite in the deck. I personally like to call it the blueprint card because you can guarantee if there's anything that you're trying to get done, these thoughtful motherfuckers have already thought through every aspect of it and have a systemized way of accomplishing it. Now, on the low side of this card is a tendency towards petty arguments, destroying things around you because you're unhappy, and dragging the others who look up to you along with you. You'll also find conflicts with law and government, and long drawn-out cases under this influence. But on the high side of this card is a blueprint for mastery and transformation that includes the mastery of the written and spoken word, along with any other social endeavors that you may be pursuing. This card is nothing short of titanic in its energy and expression. Now, what makes today a little extra special is that a major shift just took place in the heavens. And if you've been following astrologers for the past few years, you already know what it is. But for those of you who don't, I'll tell you. So Pluto, the planet of death, transformation, and disruption, has entered into the astrological sign of Aquarius. The signs of revolution, social change, organization, communities, dreams coming true, and technology. Now, for those of you who are just like, well, what the fuck does that mean? I'll explain. Astrologically speaking, Pluto is our slowest moving planet, which means that the changes that it calls for are going to ripple out for generations to come. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, which was about, give or take, 248 years ago, plus or minus a few months or days, doesn't matter. There was significant turmoil and upheaval on the social scale. We had the American Revolution, the French Revolution, and the start of a global shift away from monarchies and toward republican democracies. Now, with this tiny little planet entering into the house of dreams, technology, and collective organization, on a King of Clubs day at that, during Aries season, this is energetically shaping up to be a lot, especially with all the fascisting. Fascisting? I don't know, but it's a word today. Because the King of Clubs tends to be the standard keeper of social norms, and very particular about how things are done, sometimes borderline perfectionist in its execution, we can expect to see a lot of massive changes, especially in regulation, more so on the social side, on the legal side as well too, but really a very big push for some major changes to kind of standardize things into a better picture. The problem is this is coming in under Aries influence. For those of you familiar with history, Aries was a god of war. And it's ruled by the planet Mars. Again, a warlike, competitive planet. So what can we expect with all of this? I definitely think we're going to see a lot of leaders stepping up to the bat. Ones that are going to help us rewrite blueprints for how we're governed moving from here on out. I definitely see a lot of upheaval and uprisings. And I see a lot of charismatic motherfuckers coming to the forefront, basically jockeying for position on who's going to listen to who. And with Mars and Pluto influencing this major transition right now, there's going to be a need to heal old wounds and old hurts quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because the only way to survive this time period is to have partners around you. Whether it's building a community, getting into life-changing relationships, or even a lot of people having kids for the first time in some way. Either way, this will not be an easy transformation. But it is a much needed and necessary one in order for us to be where we need to be collectively. Because let's face it, we got big problems to solve. Global warming ain't going nowhere. As a matter of fact, we're about to pass a couple of critical key points before 2030 is out. Populations are collapsing. Inflation has officially said, fuck you, everywhere. And there are gross injustices being carried out against the LGBTQIA community worldwide, as well as nationalism increasing and corporations basically going full villain mode on us. Now, we are going to see a lot of advances in technology, but those advances are going to come with fine print. So now's a really good time to start getting into the habit of reading the terms and conditions of everything you sign. Seriously. I'm going to say it again. Read the terms and damn conditions. Because you will be held accountable for whatever you press sign to. Just saying. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. Because this time is also going to be about partnering and creating families. And a lot of those families are not going to look anything like what we're used to. Say goodbye to the traditional nuclear family. Say hello to polyamorous families. Welcome back multi-generational families. Hell, look for families consisting only of friends. We're getting a rare opportunity on this planet right now to define what it is we want to do and who it is we want to be and who it is we want to do it with. Unfortunately, the people who are more traditional about it are going to come about and try to stop that. And they are going to be fully willing to abuse technology and power as well as the law in order to make that happen. There won't necessarily be any fighting it, but the only way to truly resist is to live life on your terms. Find your tribe and be ready to defend your right as a human being by any means necessary. Just like the great King of Clubs, Malcolm X, once said. With this particular card, women's rights are going to come into play a whole lot. Like, it's going to get bad, y'all. Even worse than it is now. So, ladies, now is a really good time to return back to more holistic versions of medicine, if you catch my drift. Especially when it comes to reproductive health and care. And now is a great time to stop tracking your period on those apps. Just saying. Pen and paper works wonderful. It's going to get dark and full of terrors. But it's nothing we can't survive if we work together. So make the most of this King of Clubs day and the next 18 to 20 years of Pluto being in Aquarius by finding your people, paying close attention to the law. Good God, please pay close attention to the laws. Staying informed as best as you can and be ready to fight for what's yours. If you can do that, we just might have a shot. Toodles.